And WJZ is staying on top of this developing story. There are now 437 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in the United States. 3 are here in Maryland. Now all eyes are on the Conservative Political Action Conference after organizers say a New Jersey man who attended has tested positive for the virus. The conference was held at the National Harbor. Pat Warren has the latest on the president and what's happening in Maryland.
In his news conference Friday, Governor Hogan said he's providing regular updates not to raise alarm, but in the interest of full transparency and out of an abundance of caution. Early this evening, he took to Twitter with this update that a person confirmed to have COVID-19 was in Maryland from February 27th to March 1st at the Conservative Political Action Conference in National Harbor. President Trump and Vice President Pence both spoke at that event. Another patient testing positive attended an event at the Village at Rockville Retirement Center.
Due to the scale of that gathering, we are urging anyone who attended an event last Saturday, February 29th, at the Village at Rockville between noon and 6 p.m. to immediately contact your health care provider.
As to testing, the 2 million people in Maryland who belong to Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield will have no cost share for the coronavirus test.
So there'll be no barriers to care, so people will get what they need, which is good for them and good for the public in general.
And some consider canceling events also good for the public in general. Stay with WJZ for continued coverage of this public health concern. I'm Pat Warren reporting for WJZ.
The Maryland Department of Health announced it'll no longer be reporting the pending number of people being tested for the coronavirus. That's because testing capacity has been expanded to include commercial labs. There have been 3 positive cases and no more tests are pending. And there are no cases of coronavirus in Baltimore City schools, but leaders say they're increasing cleaning efforts in high-use areas like doorknobs and bathrooms. The school district says there's plans in place for multiple scenarios, and they are taking steps to prevent an outbreak, including meeting to review and update plans. And one Montgomery County student is studying abroad in Italy as the country deals with the coronavirus outbreak. More than 230 people have died in the country. American students studying abroad have already been told to leave, but Eric Mead says he doesn't want to.
I don't think that it's necessary for me to go home. It's just like it's spreading everywhere. Like, I don't think like America is going to be like a special case where it just like magically like doesn't spread.
Italian tourism industry is already predicting losses of $8 billion. And the death toll from the coronavirus has risen to 19 in the United States. Michael George reports for WJZ on the concerns across the country.
As he met with Brazil's president at his Palm Beach resort, President Trump spoke about the safety of campaign rallies during the coronavirus crisis.
We'll have tremendous rallies, and we're doing very well, and we've done a fantastic job with respect to that subject on the virus.
In California, the Grand Princess cruise ship circled the waters off San Francisco after tests showed 19 crew members and 2 passengers have the coronavirus. The Hanlons are among more than 3,500 people on board.
Spirits are still okay. We're a little bit fed up, really, just sitting around and lying around, no exercise.
Vice President Pence says officials are working to bring the ship to a non-commercial port and test everyone on it. After meeting with cruise industry executives and leaders in Florida, the vice president announced new protocols.
Today, we reached an agreement with the cruise line industry to further enhance entry and exit screening, and also to establish shipboard testing for the coronavirus. New quarantining standards will be coordinated with the CDC for all ships.
Late Friday, Florida announced its first coronavirus deaths. 2 elderly people with serious underlying medical conditions. Washington State, so far hardest hit in the U.S. outbreak, has more than 100 cases and at least 16 deaths, many linked to Life Care Center near Seattle. In New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo declared a state of emergency. He warned those who have tested positive to follow voluntary self-quarantine.
We expect you to comply with it.
Cuomo also said businesses that price gouge stand to lose their licenses. Michael George, CBS News, New York.